Hello friends, welcome to fedtechsite.com. So today we will discuss how to create classes and objects in JavaScript, how we can inherit classes in JavaScript, and how we can inherit using the prototypal inheritance. Okay, so let's start with the implementations. Okay, so in the previous session we have already discussed how to create objects using the constructor function. So using these concepts we can create classes. So these constructor functions will act as the class definitions, right? So let's create a construction function or a class. So for example, I have to create a class employee, right? So I'm going to define employee class, right? So this we can say employee as a constructor function, or we can say employees as class, right? So it is the class definition. Now I have to assign some properties. For example, I am assigning the employee name, John, employee ID, A001, and the member function or method. Yeah, or we can say it is print message. Here we can pass the message. Here we can print the past message. Okay, so now we can see it is our class definition, in which we have assigned a property or attribute employee name and employee ID, and one method, which is the print message. So now we have declared or we have defined our class. Now I am going to create an object using the class. So for creating object, we have to use the new keyword and the class name with the parenthesis, right? So now we have created an object employee with the class employee. Now we will console the object, and let's see the output. Okay, So as we can see, we have created an employee object with the properties employee name, employee ID, and a method print message, right? So we can invoke this method by employee dot print message, and we can pass it as hello world. Now let's run the example. So we can see it is printed hello world. Okay, so in the constructor function we have assigned these two properties. These properties will called the owned properties, right? Okay, if for example if we initialize our object or with some initial values, then we can pass here as well. For example, I have to pass the name, the emp name, so we can pass here as an argument, right? Here we can pass the employee name. So it will work in the similar manner. So like we can see here the employee name John that we have passed as an argument, right? So this is the way of creating a class and objects. So now we can see these are the own properties. If we want to create some prototype properties, then we can do here as well. Employ the constructor function dot prototype. Here we can pass the prototype object. For example, I can pass here as the method get emp id. Okay, so it is an object, right? So it will return the employee ID. Okay, so in prototype object we have assigned a method get emp id that we can invoke here as well. The emp id of employee, so we can get by calling the get emp id method of employee object. Let's run the example. So here it is just return the method, right? I have to invoke. Now it will invoke. It is giving an emp id is not defined. Okay, I have to assign here this dot emp id. So let's see. We can see the employee ID is printed A001. So this keyword here, here and here will point or reference of the object okay, and so these properties right here will become the prototype properties. So for example, if we want to check if object has own properties or not, so there is a method has own properties of any object. Employee dot has own property. So it is coming as false because we have not passed any property here. So we have to pass the name of the property. So if I pass the emp name, right, now it is true. So it will just check that the past property is object's own property or not. So as we can see, emp name is the own property of the employee object, then it is returned true. If we pass the another property print message, then it will should return false. Apply.print message. It is it is also printing the true. Right, because print message is the own property, but get emp id is the prototype property. So it will return false. Yeah, it is returning false. So for each object there is a method has own property, and we can find the past property is the own property or not. Okay, if property is not own property, then it is prototype properties. So this is the way using this we can create an object and create a class in JavaScript. So hope you like this tutorial and hope it will help you for understanding how to create classes and objects. So now in the next session we will discuss how we can inherit the classes in JavaScript. Okay, thank you.